They beat me. My eye get too much. Oh, Charlie. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to our John Talks Football. And today, after a World Cup, it's a beautiful thing to have. Oh, Charlie in the
My
studio.
guy.
I tell you guys, I will bring out. And the World Cup here, I want to talk to as one person because see, he gets show. The show he gets. After me, I get show for Sporty. I barely watch him. You get home and you're very, very tired. Charlie. So make it calm studio. Make we talk.
Charlie.
Make one.
I'll be a calm.
It's for there. It's for there. I get story share. I'll keep the name anonymous.
Okay.
But one day he told me, Joe, the way that they fool you, when he told me, say, your coaching tactics and things, they learn, they inspire. Charlie, you say they do good things. I'm saying, hey, really? Then now I can calmly go and tell him that the same thing. I can calmly go and tell him the same thing because,
Charlie,
nah, bro, I don't. Maybe you can't mention your age on set, but they look up to you.
But they look young. But I'm a young guy. I'm a young guy.
Baby face.
No, you don't do like you be some kiddie. You don't be kiddie. But you don't be kiddie.
You're a small boy.
You don't be small. I'm a smaller boy. This video, the numbers matter.
Yeah,
you know. So please subscribe and support him and
yeah.
support him. Subscribe.
Welcome.
Charlie, thanks.
You are the big personality in the sports fraternity to launch probably my studio. So the first name to be here. If I
didn't reach.
Oh, you overreach.
So I reach.
It's a big one to be. But the World Cup final, guys, that's the main discussion. We'll have like 3 content with Danny for you guys to enjoy. But the first one is the World Cup. Then yesterday, how disappointed were you in the performance and the euphoria of the game as compared to the last World Cup that was France and Argentina?
Okay, to be fair, the last World Cup, the last World Cup final, I think it was following suit to what we saw yesterday until Mbappe happened.
Okay.
So about 75, 80 minutes in the game, it was all Argentina. France had given nothing.
Yeah.
If you remember, Deschamps was confused. He had made some substitutions. The substitutions were not working. Like everything was all over the place. And then I think it was Thuram who was brought down, penalty, Mbappe scores.
Yeah.
Then Mbappe, the sideways kick, 2-2. And all of a sudden, then the game burst into life. Yeah. Unfortunately for Argentina yesterday, they didn't have that spark to bring something back into the game. And also, to be fair, they didn't need to because it was goalless. So the way I was looking at the game, if I was Argentina, yes, you were not playing well. You offered nothing offensively. Yeah. But once Spain having scored, you are still in the game. Yeah. And nobody needs to tell you that if the game went to penalties, Argentina will fancy themselves.
They believe they'll
exactly. So it was going according to, not necessarily, I don't say according to plan, because I don't think their plan was for Spain to carve them open the way they did. Yeah. But the gods of football were still talking in their favor. So, and again, they had some 1 or 2 injury situations in the first half. The thing is, we all know Argentina don't have a large squad.
Yeah.
So if 2 or 3 players are forced off through injury, their 2 center backs were forced. Romero got injured. Lisandro Martinez got injured. Yeah. Then they had to sub in Paredes, I think, at halftime.
And Medina or something.
Medina also came in. It was a bit off. So the substitutions that Scaloni had to do to actually impact the game were very limited. So, and again, Spain have been dominant. So I wasn't too surprised. But in saying that also, it is a fact that for me, this is probably the worst ever performance we've seen in the World Cup final.
And it had Messi in it.
Yeah, for you to play 120 minutes without getting a single shot on target. In fact, your first shot on goal came in the 117th.
That's awful.
Yeah, that's piss poor.
Yeah. And
anybody who looks at the scoreline didn't do justice to what we saw in the game. Spain were totally dominant. Like, they balled the people off the pitch. But 117 minutes, those of us who were doing, I was running commentary, but deep down, I hate watching it.
I know.
So, look, where it has nobody needs to hide it. Because it's normal. That's a beauty.
That's why you put Ronaldo for here.
Super. That's a bit, but you need to update it, because I see one Nations League for there. It'll be 2 way we win.
Hey.
So you need to update it.
But the World Cup go there.
I said I come and they watch the team. I watch the team. And they read the team. I said no, some of the trophies, update them. So
we go buy new one.
Yeah, so if you buy new one, or
I'll just update them.
Yeah, if you update them, and put 2 Nations.
Yeah, okay, bro.
But the thing is, deep down during the hate watch, anybody who's watching, your viewers can attest to the fact that when it was 1-0, Messi sparked small.
Yeah, he was trying, and he had been doing that throughout the tournament.
He sparked small, and when he sparked, some chaos started happening.
Yeah.
The shot he fired that hit Merino's face, that
Yeah.
ball was going in.
Correct.
Then moments after that, the quick corner, he laces, the cross comes in, and then Simeone, golden chance. The thing is, I always tell people, you don't need 10,000 shots to score a goal. You just need that one moment. And in the major tournaments, it's won and lost in moments. So that was Argentina's moment. And if Simeone had taken it, nobody would care about how the game, whether they played well, they got 0 shots, nobody cares.
Yeah.
But once he missed it, for me, then I just calmed down and I said, okay, fine. It is done.
And also the Enzo red card, because he has had a connection with Enzo throughout the tournament.
Yep.
So he knew that he has to do it alone. But
Yeah.
I mean, we can go hard on him for the red card, because if it is the spark and the spine was only him, because we didn't enjoy Alvarez in the World Cup.
Look, it was Enzo's red card was disappointing. It's one of those things where I can bet you when they go to the dressing room, some of the players will
And he will feel like,
because at this level, bro, there's no way you are getting to that ball.
Yeah.
You know you're on a yellow card. It was 90th minute.
Yeah.
You're going to extra
and
time.
he should have known that referee
will give you.
That referee doesn't even like. That referee was the one that the Club World Cup was very harsh to Chelsea players. So if they keep the details, they should know.
Look, you shouldn't don't go into the tackle. Absolutely no need to go into the tackle. He goes into it, and it's not one of those things where you can. The referee, it was a clear second.
So you can't even.
If the referee doesn't give it, that's a scandal.
Yeah.
So much deserved. And from then, people say Argentina were playing 10 against 11, but they were playing 9 against 11.
Yeah, Messi
because
was also
of the ball.
-1.
Messi does not. He doesn't offer much.
Yeah.
And it was always going to go in Spain's favor. I'm happy they won. Lamine Yamal, we'll talk about him.
Let's finish with Argentina, because you started with Argentina. Like, what is next for them? Scaloni, I don't think Messi will be there again. I mean, Danny, you are a Ronaldo fan, but some few words to the Messi fans.
Oh, I said it on my Friday show. The football that we've watched. Okay, let me just put it this way. Scaloni had the oldest and washed Messi.
Yeah.
But he got the best out of that Messi.
That's down to pure coaching.
And for me, when I watch Messi in 2022, I watch Messi in 2026. Me, I don't look at age. I look at performance.
Yeah.
I don't see the reason why Messi can come back for another World Cup. Because he was at least top 3 players in the World Cup.
Yeah.
So if you are looking at somebody who, anytime he picks up the ball, magic can happen, then he can still, I genuinely believe he can still be a part of the team. Because the next, he's 39, next World Cup, he'll be 43.
39, yeah. He'll come and work again, Danny.
No, the thing is, he can work. I'm not saying, when I say be a part, he doesn't need to come and be a bang on starter.
Because Nico pass and go around.
Exactly. But that sort of magic, you don't just switch it off because you are 39.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't believe in that thing.
Yeah.
If you still have something to offer, and he still has something to offer, if he can stay in MLS, and MLS is a perfect league.
Yeah.
It's not too intense. It will not take a lot out of him, but to keep him fit and ready. Let's see how he does at the next Copa America.
Yeah.
And based on that, we can gauge.
Yeah.
If he's good enough, and I believe he will be good enough, then he can go to the next World Cup. Because, Charlie, age is just a number.
Now we're going for the next World Cup.
Portugal is co-hosting.
Hey! And
Portugal
he has what's his coach?
Oh, no. Portugal is co-hosting. Look, every coach that coaches Portugal is Ronaldo's coach.
Interesting.
Look, there's no coach that will coach Portugal.
That's
that
why
will
Ronaldo
look
coach.
Massa, look, if you hear where we don't appreciate things. In the history of Portugal, and this was sometimes some of us need to do, especially when it comes to international football. Don't just sit in Ghana. This thing Rahman Osman taught me. International football, don't just sit in your country and project what other people might be feeling. Go to their portals, go and translate it and read what they are saying about their own people. There's nobody in Portugal that grew up, never seen a trophy in their history. They've never seen anything.
And they saw the Euros.
There's no Portugal player that has risen to the height that Ronaldo. The best they got was Figo.
People even think they've won the World Cup before. Do you know that?
Yeah. Look, it's crazy.
Yeah.
Yet they've gone, the guy has won Euros. He has made Portugal conquer Europe. And then 2 Nations League titles. You may not rate Nations League, but when you look at Nations League, I don't see second string players playing.
Yeah,
from the start of the competition, it's all the top stars who play. So you can't tell me that it's not a major competition. UEFA Nations League 2, they've won. So that's 3 major trophies. So with somebody like that, which coach will come inside, look at what he has done and tell you, Massa, you won't play. They will sack the coach even before he makes the decision. So if Ronaldo wants to go to the next World Cup, Ronaldo will go to the next World Cup. It's down to him. If he doesn't want to go, fine. But me, I want him to go. He should give us one last.
Do you think Rodri deserves the best player?
No, I don't think Rodri deserves
it. Oh, why? I feel like he deserves it.
Look, with Messi and Ronaldo have spoiled the way we judge who a best player is. Messi and Ronaldo, during their time, 15 years, in terms of numbers, they were almost always matched. So then the differentiating factor was who has won what. You go and check 50 plus goals and assists, both players, every season. So how are you going to separate who is better? It's who has won what. But that's not always the way you separate who is the best player in a tournament. If I asked you last week who the best player in the tournament was, who would you say?
I think Messi. I would say Messi.
Messi.
Yeah.
I would have said Mbappe.
Okay.
But I don't think, if we ask 10 people, Rodri will not win 3 of the votes. I can bet.
So do you feel like if they gave it to Messi, people will say, I mean, they are favoring him again, or they are favoring Argentina again?
They are
why do you feel Rodri does not deserve it? This is a big win for the deep line playmaker.
Look,
and now the way he controls the game, the way he plays from his position, people are beginning to appreciate that position there more. So for me, I'm surprised he won it, but I'm happy he won it because I always advocate for, us to put deep line playmakers on a different level. So he winning it, and the comeback of his story is amazing. But Messi not winning it is surprising because he has the goals, assist to he has it, and he has gone to the final. Maybe had he won the World Cup, maybe he win it. So maybe you feel like they prioritize the winner and give the award.
Yeah, that's how it's beginning to look like. It's like these days, who was a winning team, and then who is the best player in the winning team, and then you give the best player to the. I understand. Look, if there's anybody who appreciates that type of player, I will say it is me. Long back in the day, I've appreciated that type of player. Big fan of Michael Carrick, big fan of Sergio Busquets, big fan of Pirlo. Players like that, I've always appreciated them because if they play well, the whole team plays well. But when I look at this Spain team, it's a system that is working. And it works regardless of the personnel that are in there.
Yeah, but do you think without Rodri they can play?
But they have been playing there. They've gone how many games? Over 38 games unbeaten.
And he was not around
in the last 2 years. And there were some of the games he was not.
he
So
was
Mendy
injured,
slots in and he does the job simple.
Zubi.
Marino will play, they do the job. Fabian Ruiz plays, they do the job. Even Pedri wasn't starting games at this World Cup, they were doing the job.
Charlie.
Not to say that those players are not good players.
Yeah.
But the system is so good that whoever slots in, if the person has the bare minimum technical ability, you do well. Look at Alex Baena. Are you going to tell me Alex Baena is one of them?
He didn't have a good tournament.
But within the system, he did a job, and the job was enough for the team to get there. About when you look at him when he's on the ball, it's you. Guy, no, he's not your best.
He's
striker,
struggling in the first 9 position,
but he's getting the job done because the system around him is working. So for me, this unless it's like the Euros. So yes, the system was working at the Euros, but when Nico Williams and Lamine Yamal picked the ball, we saw something.
Yeah.
When Fabian Ruiz picked the ball, we saw something. So with that, you can say yes. In as much as the system is working, these individuals were still able to do some standout things. But in the context of this tournament, look, Mbappe was the best player in every match up until the semi-final.
Yeah.
And for me, how can you look at that thing and say, basically because he didn't win the competition, okay. And I've had this problem with the World Cup and how they give their goal. 2014, I thought James should have won.
Okay.
There. Because again, you need to contextualize it. It's not every team that will come into the World Cup that has the ability to win. But when teams come and they punch above their weight and you have standout players doing above that, you can't then now sideline it and say simply because you didn't win, you are not going to win the best player. So it be some way, but yeah, we know how they do their things. So.
Yeah. Then let's talk about the champions now. Let's have time for them. And I'm sure the La Masia boys and the Spanish fans are waiting for this conversation. Let's focus on Scaloni first. Sorry, I mean De La Fuente.
Yeah.
People feel like he wins it. I don't think he even has PR. Maybe he doesn't even need PR because if you check his coaching background, he's also he coaches coaches.
Yeah.
I mean, when you go to the coaching schools, I'm told that he coached Scaloni, he taught them and everything.
Alonzi.
Charlie, pure coaching. As a work boss, to me coaching.
Yeah.
Typical understanding of the game and from the ranks.
Yeah.
He knows these boys. And they came in like not minding anybody. And I like what Kamanti said. We limited Yamal being luxurious, that you play with the team.
Yeah.
What can we learn? Not even to go to Black Stars, but I'm like, what do you make of this coach? Like, and how they are moving? They'll come again. Yamal between the three when they come again.
Yeah. Look, he's an example of, for the past 6 years, when we scream at the GFA and we talk to government especially, you don't develop a style at the senior level. So that's why when we talk about Black Stars issues and I talk, it's like me, no, I don't. But you need to understand the problem before you can diagnose an issue.
Yeah.
So if you just talk and you are angry, for me, it's noise for me. But nobody develops a style at the senior level. You develop it at the base.
Exactly.
Now you look at his team. They are a large chunk, I'll say 3/4 of this team, he's coached them at the youth level.
Yeah.
So he rose with them. Under 19s, he won. Under 21s, he won. Olympics team, he finished second. And now he's won twice with them at the senior team.
Yeah.
All these players, when you watch Spain at under 19 level, 10 years ago, they played a similar style of football. Possession-based type of football, patient passing. It's that typical Barcelona philosophy.
Tiki-taka, yeah.
But they've infused it into their style. Now, if you look at Spain in 2006, Spain in 2002 World Cup, they didn't necessarily play that style.
Yeah.
Then something started working and then they infused it into their youth system. And these are the products of that system. At the time, what helped them when they started, that's the turn of the start of this whole tiki-taka with Pep Guardiola.
Yeah.
The good thing was, go back to the 2008 Euros. They didn't play tiki-taka football with Aragonese.
Yeah.
But a chunk of the team going to the 2010 team, or the base of that team, were Barcelona players. From youth system, they have understood that way. So then we infuse it. It's easier for them to learn. Yeah. But that's the common understanding of football, the philosophy. A large chunk of the players are brought up with a certain philosophy. Yeah. So when it's time to implement it, it's easier for them. You don't just call players and this one is good, this one is good, you can't play. It doesn't work like that.
So that means big win for La Masia.
No, not necessarily La Masia, but it goes beyond La Masia. Okay. Because there's one thing in recognizing that we like this style, and there's another thing now implementing the style, going for it, making sure that it works. And if you look at, that's the thing about football, patience is also very, very important. Yeah. After their success from 2008 to 2012, they hadn't played a single knockout round game in the World Cup until this World Cup. That's how much they struggled.
Yeah. So I'll ask you a question before you continue. Do you think, what made the PSG coach, Luis Enrique, what made him fail? And do you think Pep,
with Spain?
Yes. Do you think Pep will do a good job with the national team? Like probably win the World Cup or use?
So again, it's all a very similar philosophy. The way Luis Enrique sees football is similar to Pep, is similar to De La Fuente. Both of the three of them are all possession-centered teams. But I think what worked for De La Fuente is his adaptation to the modern game. Yeah. So at the time Luis Enrique took over, and what worked for Luis Enrique with his first time at Barca was the unpredictability of his front three. So they were not that passive pass. So even if you sit deep against Barcelona, Messi, Neymar, Suarez have the technical ability. Iniesta, they can dribble past you in space. They didn't have, or Luis Enrique didn't have those mavericks in his team in 2018. So then you have to pass the opposition to open up. And unfortunately for him, we had reached a point in football where it was easy to play against those teams like that. You could just sit back. So we saw Morocco do it. You sit back. Portugal did counter-attacking football against Spain. Yes, Spain were able to score goals, but Portugal too were able to respond. Morocco played really well against that, although they lost the game. But he struggled because Russia, when he got kicked out, Russia defended really well, took the game to penalties, ended up winning. But it's the lack of mavericks. Now this team, he has Nico, he has Lamine Yamal. They can stretch play. You have Pedri, who is really good in tight spaces. Dani Olmo is good at that. Fabian Ruiz can pick the ball and drive with strength. Rodri, brilliant dictator. So there's a bit more variety. Although it's a similar philosophy, there's a bit more variety to it and unpredictability to it. So it's a bit more difficult to defend against this Spanish team. But trust me, if Luis Enrique comes back to this team, I think we'll see a similar level of success.
And Pep can win the World Cup.
Pep can look, the team and the group is ripe. It's good. Not to take anything away from De La Fuente. I think he has built this machine. But if you have a coach who thinks similar, who is up to that level, which Luis Enrique and Pep are, I think they can do.
If Fuente takes a club job, is he succeeding?
I think club football and national team football is
very different.
Very different.
Because I'm beginning to like it. I think I liked him when we were asking for Raya or Garcia to be imposed ahead of Unai Simon. Yeah. And he didn't even fool. Like no, he didn't move. Yeah. And the guy, if you watch him at Bilbao, he was having a very fun season. He comes to the World Cup, sweeping the balls.
Different, yeah.
Consider just one goal. Yeah. Then let's talk about Kubasi. Officially part of the family of Ajo in terms of football. And something is interesting here. I didn't know, like it was off head for me. I didn't know Enzo won the young best player, and Kubasi has won. And I like Kubasi before now, but after winning that award, he's part of a good defender. I don't think anybody would dislike Kubasi. Maybe they go ask Ajo, he can't join team there. People don't go like her. But Kubasi, better than Disasi. Oh, that song. I go bring him. I got song for him so many years ago.
Oh, Charlie.
He's intelligent.
Yeah.
And that guy, the baby face assassin. Oh, the nickname count.
That be social name.
That be who name?
That be Ole Gunnar social name.
Hey, the legend. My legend, you coach.
Look, I love the guy.
Yeah.
Big fan of him. I think 2 seasons ago. That's when Inter beat Barca. Yeah, that season. That's when I fell in love with him. But you can't give Kubasi praise in this tournament without highlighting Laporte.
The way he plays. You remember he and the Barca guy, that Martinez. He always needs somebody who trusts him.
Yeah.
That's the thing with Kubasi. Because of how young he is.
Yeah. So you need that experienced head. And sometimes when these things happen in football, I'm happy because it gives me an opportunity to reference an example.
Exactly.
Partnerships, midfield, defense, it's not about individuals. It's about partnerships. Yeah. Gabriel is not the same without Saliba. Saliba is not the same without Gabriel.
They have to.
There's a partnership. Lacroix is a good defender. Upamecano is a good defender. Yeah. But together,
there was no connection.
This
thing there could be a connection with him and this one at Chelsea. Cole. Because Lacroix boy says but he knows Shan.
No, he knows Shan, but the thing is, you need that.
How does it pick? Danny, you are, I know you're a coach.
Yeah, I know we coach. I just be obsessed with it. But
how does the connection pick? For me, I feel like a coach should make sure he sees that it will pick.
Okay.
If it's not sinking, you don't try it. It should be a natural thing that happens. You don't force partnership. But Mourinho did not force Carvalho and John Terry.
I think first of all, it's profiles.
Yeah.
2 players must complement each other. If you have like for like, and look at all the great partnerships, like for like players don't necessarily always deal together. Yeah. So let me look at Ferdinand and Vidic. One was brute, one was calm. Saliba and Gabriel. One is a bit calmer on the ball, one is aggressive, but you know when to.
Yeah.
That understanding must be there. Yeah. Carvalho and Terry too also had that similar thing. And John Terry, now people don't give him credit. His ability with his feet.
John Terry was some player that maybe his off-field situations.
My favorite defender of all time.
That's first time hearing. That's amazing.
Oh yeah, he did JT. I know you played with him.
Don't tell you.
Solid guy, solid guy. But it's about the profiles first, and there are some profiles that's why even in transfer season. You see a player going, and this is where my Arsenal fans will bear with me. They are going to sign a player, and I tell them that this is the one.
And they know.
Some of them don't necessarily understand, but you can just tell. You look at the mix of the midfield. Like when Rice was coming, some of them were complaining about the price tag. Yeah. And I told one of my friends that, look, I'm giving him 3 months. He will fall in love with Rice. And he will forget how much the guy cost. Now look at Declan Rice today. There are so many signings like that, but it's the profiles. Kubasi is a blend. I don't know. He's calm. He can be forceful when he needs to be. He's quick. He's young. He's tall. He has the makings of a great. Yeah. But at this age, you still need somebody to guide you. And that's the smart thinking of Barcelona with Martinez and then with Spain and Laporte. I think Laporte has done a very good job in guiding him. But there's one thing to be guided and there's one thing to do the job too. Because Laporte has played with plenty defenders. It's not all of them who have lived up to. Yeah. So I'm really happy that he was able to hold his own in this competition. And the maturity, and that's one thing I'll give to La Masia. It doesn't matter how young the players are, but when they're on the pitch, there's some maturity. And it's been with all their players. I'm not a Barca fan, but it's football. And if it's working, you have to give it credit. Exactly. I like it when it works like that.
I love La Masia.
So I will always give that credit. It's not just their ability, but it's here too. Yeah. Their mental maturity is just above the average young player. And if you looked at Kubasi, if there was no award for a young player, you think he's like in his mid-20s. Yeah. But this guy is a teenager.
19.
And he's a solid guy. But did you know that there's never been a teenager who started a World Cup final and hasn't won the World Cup before?
That's a crazy.
So yesterday when we saw the starting lineups, the gods were telling us that Lamine Yamal, Kubasi, once there's a teenager starting. Mbappe was the last one, 2018, he won. Then Pele won it in 58. There was this Italian guy who won it, I think, 1931. But every time a teenager has started in the World Cup final, his team has gone on.
Then let's wrap up with the Ballon'Dor conversation. That will be the final one for you. And guys, next one, we have Danny on to for the general World Cup review. People are mentioning Yamal. First of all, let's talk about Yamal at this World Cup. Not too good, but when I heard what La Fuente said about him, that they had to, calm him down with luxurious play so that they can get the best out of him off the ball and being direct. I didn't even know he was the one that caused the ball for the goal to come. So Yamal had a smart World Cup. People are mentioning him for the Ballon'Dor. People are saying Rodri. People are saying Mbappe, Harry Kane. I think Spain winning it has opened up the race now. It's early days, but who do you think should be leading it now?
I have never really been a fan of the World Cup deciding who the Ballon'Dor
goes. Even if it's a World Cup year?
Even, that's what I'm saying. I've never really been a fan of that big. And maybe it's because we are Ghanaians. But if you come from a smaller footballing country, that thing will never be fair to you. And for me, I don't... Because when if I'm looking at this World Cup and I'm looking at achievements, I will rate somebody like Haaland's achievements
very high,
more than any of the Spanish
individual
players.
Well, I can agree with you.
Yeah.
His first World Cup.
His first World Cup is Norway.
Yeah.
He's not playing for
There's
Brazil.
no way
He's not playing for France. There's no way he should be doing what he did.
Bro.
But he did it. There are some teams that have been starved of success for a very long time. So even in the generation who are playing now, they've never seen their team doing well. So there's that mental belief that exists in a typical footballing nation where you are going out and you expect that you are big. It helps you when you are playing.
Yeah.
They don't have it. So if you do well the whole season and you come to the World Cup and maybe you're in Norway and you reach the quarterfinals, that's a big deal.
Yeah.
So it should matter in the context of the
Ballon
Ballon d'Or. It shouldn't mean because you didn't win or you didn't finish second, then you are out of the running. But when I watch this World Cup too, and that's why I'm a very flexible person. I have a stance, but I'm open to change my mind if the argument makes sense.
I like that style.
And I looked at this World Cup and I was like, bro, if you look at some of the individual performances in this World Cup, there's no way you look back at what happened during the season. Like, some of the performances were too good.
Where does Harry Kane come in for you?
I think he disappointed me. He didn't carry England the way I expected. The most important moments in this competition, most of them for me were from Bellingham, not Harry Kane.
Yeah, and he's at Madrid, so
if Bellingham had the numbers of Kane going into the World Cup and he did what he did at the World Cup, I would say Bellingham will have a strong push.
Yeah, to win
But Harry Kane disappointed me. A player like Olise also disappointed me.
Yeah.
Mbappe. And I'll come back to...
It's a big shout for Mbappe now.
I think Mbappe should win the Ballon d'Or.
Okay.
Why? Because, again, I'm not one of those who you must win something before you.
Individual award.
The guy is in a team. If his teammates are not doing well, that's not his fault. Even within a dysfunctional team, he was top scorer in La Liga. He was top scorer in Champions League. He came to the World Cup. He did his job.
Yeah.
What is his job? His job is to lead the line and score goals.
Okay.
He did that. He added assists to it also. And has finished the World Cup as the highest goal scorer in the history of the competition. Like, you can't look at this World Cup performance. And you see, with Mbappe, it wasn't like he was just standing there and scoring goals. Some of the goals were mad.
Yeah.
The goal against Senegal, the second one. The one against Sweden. The one he flicked, he moves, he takes the pass, he slots it in. Like, some of the goals didn't make sense. They were just brilliant. And it's like, he's a complete package. And my point is, when you look at a player like this, is it because he's so good, you are waiting for him, you feel like he should win a World Cup before you give it to him? If it was another player, that's what the question I asked.
Okay.
If it was another player, if it wasn't Mbappe, and the other player had performed the way Mbappe had performed, maybe that guy will be, and I believe that guy will be given a much better shout at Ballon d'Or. And maybe he's a victim of his own success. Yeah. When he came to world football, he won a World Cup. So it's like his ceiling is high. And if he doesn't do anything else but winning the World Cup, then it's like he's not doing well. But he's actually doing his job. And in terms of, it's an individual award, it's not a team award. So in terms of individuals, players, what have you done on the pitch? Yeah. I think for me...
Then Yamal doesn't come close to winning the Ballon. I don't think Yamal should win the Ballon.
Not now.
This is a Yamal that I like the approach and the style at the World Cup. Being a direct player than a flexible player or luxurious player. But Yamal's numbers for club and country...
He had a terrible final.
Yeah, shouldn't be...
One of the worst final in FIFA.
I'll put Rodri even ahead of Yamal in this discussion.
No, of course. Yamal was terrible.
I mean, I get the Mbappe, true, but Dembele will be a big mention?
No.
Not at all. Just Champions League.
No.
Okay. Yes. Okay, guys. On that note, we wrap up the World Cup final review with Danny K, my brother. Subscribe, put your questions there. I mean, I'll get it to him. Like answers
Subscribe.
Some of
you watch, you don't subscribe.
You don't like and share.
Charlie,
But your Twitter account, you forgot to take out.
Well, I will take on, but Charlie, best piece of mind I've got in the past.
Really? I'm planning on going off for some time too, you know.
Charlie,
Twitter. If you're addictive to it, if you're not careful.
Charlie, it takes a lot of time. So,
I tell you, bro. Guys, God bless you. See you. We're out.